What's going on, everyone? It is I'm your SGW guy. We got FB here at my side door, and
What's
I
up?
hope you guys are having a good day, good week. I know tonight's topic we're going to talk about fairs. We do have the Pits and Tomato Festival going on this weekend. I have not, I haven't been able to get there, and so before we start and get into the show, I just want to take a moment. Not being more out there the last couple of weeks. I haven't been feeling good.
Yeah,
This morning I went for blood work, so I haven't been able to do any paranormal videos or any drone videos with FP. I've been
yeah, that's
my butt.
hence that's why no videos have came out.
Um, but yeah, hopefully they figure out what's going on with me. What's up, Susan? What's up, Skeeter? Oh, let me give the link for Skeeter
I actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 3:45.
on Sunday.
That's what I said.
There you go, Skeeter. You could join the show.
I don't
Um,
know. Maybe I think I got the dates wrong. Hopefully not, though. If I
yeah,
did, that's gonna suck.
it's so
Yeah,
yeah,
doctors don't work on Sundays.
I haven't been pro camera lately, pro video. That's the reason why. Um,
Oh, also, here's a topic. I don't know. Has anybody watched it yet?
yep, we got about 9 people right now.
Okay, 9 people. Just for you people to know, the 9 watchers right now. Just to let you know, as you guys support us and buy our merchandise, sometimes YouTubers also buy other people's merchandise. I recently bought Northwest is Wind, this nice shirt. I got a hoodie too for the wintertime. So yeah, it's good to support other people.
To answer your question, Stuart, nobody. It's not that I know of anyway.
See this
Um,
nice new t-shirt I got, Jay?
yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm gonna order some of our merch too. Don't worry. I just felt I wanted to see what the competitors had basically.
Right.
See what their quality is.
What's going on, Lenny? How you been? It's, so yeah, tonight, if anybody's went to the Pits and Tomato Festival, let me know. What's up,
Is that
Fred?
going on?
Yeah, it's going on this weekend.
Right now.
Yep,
No, it's not.
yep.
In
Tomorrow's
Pittston.
tomorrow's the last day.
I should be able to hear it. I'm literally right across the bridge. I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it's there.
Huh. Usually they hear you remember back a few years back they used to have like concerts at night, you would hear them jamming out. Yeah, literally like guys, I don't know if you could see that, but directly down this road, there's the old bridge that takes you to Pittston. I'm literally standing in the middle of the street.
Oh yeah, we got out and about with FP tonight.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm walking right down the middle of the road.
FP's giving you a look at West Pittston. Let's see. Yeah, what seems like about the fairs is the potato pancakes, the all the.
Oh yeah.
I put the link in the Miss Geertz. I put the link in the chat for them. Here, I'll do it again.
But this guy that I bought the merch from, he does like a stealth camping too, like Skeeter does. His name is Sam, and he's from Ohio. And he talks funny sometimes. He goes, sausage and peppers. Sausage and peppers. So, Sam, if you ever watch this video, that's for you, buddy. Sausage and peppers. It's funny. He makes me laugh when he does that. That's why I bought the merch.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah, Mrs. Skeeter, I just put the link in the chat for him.
Sausage and peppers. Yo, I feel a twister coming on. No skin. Whoa.
So I want to give a big shout out to Jan, spells Gam. I know they. What's up, Mark? Mark said, Mark wrote, FP, didn't your mother tell you not to play in the streets?
My mother lives inside of a tin box, Mark. She passed away 10 years ago, so she doesn't tell me much. No, I'm just kidding. Not kidding, but no, yeah. But yeah, she told me when I was a kid. But that didn't help anyway. No, I don't play in active streets. I only play in like streets that I know aren't used really much.
Right here, look. Right. We got Skeeter on board with us now.
Oh my God.
I didn't see him.
Hey, what up, everybody? I am out. I just got a bug in my mouth. We are fishing.
Doing some night fishing.
Can y'all see?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks good. So how's the weather out there, Skeeter, where you're at?
What's up, everybody?
Okay.
All right, Stuart, that's something to talk about in the chat. If Skeeter wants to talk to me off the camera, that's fine. Skeeter's never mentioned.
No, I'm fishing tonight, and if I'm on camera, then nobody will see me fishing.
Oh, that's true.
I can't turn my phone around for that.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I'm reading all the messages off on Mr. Skeeter's phone.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh. Yeah, I can't read none of the messages.
Yeah, I can't read none of them when I go live. I have to. I hope everybody can see my polls.
Did you catch anything yet, Skeeter?
But I am here, everyone. I am here for sure.
Well, that's a good thing.
But I'm gonna rebait here. I'm gonna have her, Miss Skeeter, watch the chat. But I'm gonna rebait. Check my baits.
Oh boy.
And he stopped.
Skeeter, a friend's asking, what are you fishing for? Is it catfish?
My wife and I are watching.
What's that?
My wife and I are watching right there in the house right there.
Watching what?
We're watching your show.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got a viewer that's watching us live, and he came up here and he sees us. I didn't know you watched us. Well, hey, how you doing, man?
My name's Joe.
Oh, Joe. Okay, well, it's nice to meet you.
We live right there in that house in the corner.
I live right where the school. Yeah, I'm your neighbor.
Yeah, I see you all the time.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm loud. I got 5 kids, man. It's hard. I'll be honest with you.
I just came out. I saw where you were, and I wanted to come out and say hi.
Well, look at that, Jay. You see that? Look at that.
No, I didn't. Who's
That's
that?
one of our viewers.
Oh, hey, who's that?
That's Joe, our neighbor.
I know
Oh.
Jay. I see him over there all the time.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you, Jay.
Too.
Yeah, I was just down there by the bridge, walking around.
I saw you walking around.
We're
And I saw
dating people, baby.
that face in there. I said, I know where he is. And
Yeah,
come out and say hi.
It was weird though. Some guy was on a scooter. He started buzzing around me, and he was like making weird noises. I was like, "What the heck's this about?" So I kind of like that's what came in.
I thought I'd just come out and say hi to you.
Well, thank you.
Let you know we're watching.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, we watch every Saturday for a little while.
That's awesome. We got a supporter out here, guys.
Good. That's awesome.
And thank you for his wife's watching in the house. So thank you, Mrs. Joe's wife, Judy. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Judy. Well, I'm going to continue on.
See, when you run into someone
What's
else.
that?
Thank you. That's the first time. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah. You got a beautiful home. I could imagine. That's huge. My house is bad enough. I can't even imagine how. Wow. You too, Joe. Oh, that was awesome. That was completely awesome, dude. You get approached all the time, Jay. That was the first time I was ever approached.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
I feel famous now. That's crazy.
So what, he was saying that he saw us and he came out to check you out?
Wait, what? I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said you were out. He just came out. He saw us, so he came out to say hey.
Well, yeah, he saw where I was, and he only lives right there on the corner. So he came up and yeah. That was like a live interaction. That was awesome.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see, who do we got here? We have another guest coming on. One moment.
Joe and Judy, thank you very much.
We got Mike from last week. Mike joining us tonight too. What's going on,
Hello.
Mike?
Oh, not much. Had a very nice dinner.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. Sorry I missed it.
It is what it is. Another time. And I had to do some splicing work here.
What's up, everybody?
Cat keeps chewing through cables.
Oh no. Stuart, to answer your question, is he okayed it and he wanted to be a part of this? That's why. And this is not the place to be talking about it. Peter gave us the okay to do it.
What's going on?
Because Peter wanted to be a part of it with us too, so. Okay, sorry. So how was your week, everybody?
Painful.
Pretty busy. I'm confused. I think I have a doctor's appointment on Sunday, but that doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense. No more than I think about it. I don't know if we have like a...
Here we got Skeeter. He's out fishing. Skeeter, what are you fishing for?
Catfish.
Catfish?
I think so. That's what he said.
Are you fishing from shore?
Yeah, I think he's on the shore.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
I was gonna say, because catfish, you normally you would use a boat.
Do you need a boat?
I didn't say need, but it
would help. Yeah, it would help to get to them probably.
Because they're bottom feeders.
Yeah. I used to have a boat. You were never on the boat, Jay, were you?
What was
Oh,
that?
she better be careful.
Yeah, don't
She's
fall.
not a mod. Stuart can accidentally kick her from the chat. So you might want to privately message Sabrina and tell her to watch because he will kick you out of my chat. I'm telling you. Stuart,
Oh,
Angel is my daughter, by the way, if you could hear me.
Oh, Angel. Yeah,
So be careful. Angel, be careful because Stuart, watch your language and stuff because Stuart won't put up with it. I have him control.
all right, we lost Skeeter for a minute.
well, it's all fine. I just seen my kid riding my bike. It's a beautiful night out here.
Fred, Skeeter dropped off for a minute, so I'm not sure.
I guess he's having some issues with your daughter.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I apologize for my night vision.
Nah,
You got night vision?
Um,
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
oh, this is just the jeweler's loop.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm splicing wires, and my vision is nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Right, right.
So,
Wires are tiny though sometimes too. Fucking wires.
but yeah, my one cat down here keeps chewing through 10-volt camera wires.
Oh,
He loves them for some reason.
all right, we got
So-
Skeeter back fishing.
I used to work in telecommunications. I worked for Commonwealth Telephone for quite a while. I also worked installing satellite. But one thing I learned how to do is splice wires really well. And I still have, these are commonly, if you can see this, commonly referred to in the industry that some people call them pigeon peckers. That's wrong. But there's no better way to splice copper than with these things. And you need a special tool that Klein Tools makes,
here's
which
the old high school.
I still have all this stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a nice night out.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I wanted to eat outside at Burrito Loco, but Gina chickened out.
Ah,
I don't like bugs.
She says she doesn't like bugs.
gotcha.
I don't know if you could hear her back there yelling. And there we go. Spliced.
Susan, Skeeter's saying if you want to catch fish, use shrimp and hot dogs as bait.
What's up, everybody?
Right there, but not on
What's up,
No,
dude?
no,
Always
I'm
use
back
night
now.
crawlers.
I gotta back this lane out. Holy crap. There you go. I don't know what it is if you guys can hear me, but man, catfishing, it's been slow. It's been slow everywhere.
What are you using as bait? Skeeter?
Back when I did it, the best bait I found was night crawlers.
Nice dog.
All right, Mike. Fred's asking, what is your go-to food item at Burrito Loco? Or you try different things each time?
Gina's better for that. I actually have a go-to when we go there, and that is their burrito. They have a build your own,
Oh,
and I
okay.
get it with rice, beans, cheese, lots of cheese, and hamburger.
That sounds good.
And they're about yay thick and about yay long, and it's a very filling meal. I highly recommend the mini tacos. They are not the Jose Olay stuff that if you go to say like a pizza joint and you get like deep fried mini tacos. They make all their own stuff there. They make their own salsas. They make their own chips, and they make their own mini tacos. And the mini tacos are amazing.
There's a place on Mundy Street. I can't remember the name of it.
La Tolteca?
No, it's on Mundy Street. It's like right near the Gallery of Sound. I can't remember the name of it, but I did a food review there. It's
Gina said something. What Gina? Baba Coos?
Yeah, that's it.
Gina should just sit in.
Then does that
She says no.
That's
She has a very nice dress on tonight. Me, I'm wearing pajama pants, and I threw on this shirt. My Burrito Loco shirt was. You can't walk out. At least I can't. I can't walk out of Burrito Loco without having half my dinner on my shirt. So
it's that good and that messy.
it can be, yeah, especially the burrito. So yay! Shout out to the Misfits.
So basically, what I started chatting about was
Fred P, I'm using hold on, I'll tell you.
with that Bubba Coos burritos. That was pretty good too. Cherry Kool-Aid and hot dogs. There you go.
Yeah, shrimp for sure, Susan. I'm using cherry hot dogs out here. Usually,
Mike, what's your favorite Misfits song?
I might have a bite. Hold on.
Fred's asking it.
Fred, you caught me. I don't have a favorite Misfits song. This is literally a cool shirt I got from Walmart for $8. I'm not going to sit here and wait, let me Google this. And I'll be completely honest. I was never really big into their music. I mean, I was aware of who, that's Danzig's first band, right? Pretty sure. So yeah, you caught me. I wish this chat would scroll on its own. It doesn't seem to do that for me on the computer.
Really?
It
I'm going
does.
to catch a mermaid.
Shout out to Gina for reading questions for me.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
What up, Gina? It's
Oh, here she comes.
Hi. Sorry. Playing with one of the newest kitten, foster kitten.
Oh, yeah, this public service announcement.
It's a sweetie.
This little girl came to us, and she is available for adoption. She is wonderful with people. She's wonderful with other cats.
She's about 4 months old.
She's about 4 months old. She has a very sweet disposition, hence the name Sweetie, which that's the name she came to us with. Somebody thought she was some kind of breed, and apparently they paid $300. She lived through a house fire, and the place that her owner ended up, they wouldn't allow cats after the fire. So, but yeah, somebody actually paid $300 for her, and I'm no expert, but I know I know a tabby when I see a tabby. And she's a little tabby.
Oh.
Sure.
I mean, technically, all cats are breeds.
You might.
I don't know where
What's going on, Marcus? How you doing?
You had him in that package.
I did, but took one out.
What hell did you go for?
Yes, we got Skeeter out there
I thought I
fishing.
heard one of my thing bounce.
Good FP walking around.
And if you saw, she just bailed on us.
Yep.
The kitten, I mean. She's wound up.
Hey, Marcus.
Yeah. Oh, video.
How you doing, Marcus?
Funny.
I'm out fishing right now.
That looks like the fire hall in Plains Township.
It's West Pittston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like the one on 2nd Street.
I'm just cruising around.
Jeez. Because I only got one person now.
I'm surprised they have the doors open at night. All the bugs are going to go in there.
Okay, yeah, sorry, guys. Lost my train of thought there. But yeah, the Pits and Potato Festival is on this weekend. Normally, when I go over there, always got to check out the potato pancakes. Got to do that. And then I'll see what else is floating on around. I know they're supposed to have music this weekend, but with the rain, I don't think they have it or not.
Gina, if you're going to answer questions, why don't you just step up to the mic?
No, I'm reading to you what.
Do it.
Yeah, Fred's asking you, Mike, have you tried Pupuseria Salvadorina by Wilkesburg General Hospital? Never even heard of it.
I can't say that I haven't. I do. I live there. Yeah, it's like right around the corner. I mean, we're on North Main Street, and General Hospital's literally walking distance from here.
Never heard of it. Fred, what is it?
I mean, I go a lot of times. I'll take that way to get to the Cross Valley to go to work, and there is like a little place I recall passing by over towards like where Patty's Sports Bar is.
Is that little shack looking place?
Gina says yes.
Okay, I know where you're talking about. I never realized it was. I had no clue what it was.
That'd be like a couple blocks down from the old Moss's food basket.
Hello, Amanda.
Or fruit basket, sorry. That's Mosses are just friends with everybody. I went to school with Amy. Oh, Jay, so did you.
What was her name?
Amy Moss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, everybody knows the Mosses.
Catfishing is slow tonight.
Actually, I'm going to be doing Amy's wedding.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll be officially at her wedding.
Yeah, that's her guy's. His name's Len. He went to school with Gina. He's a couple of years younger than Amy, and Gina's a couple of years younger than me.
Yeah, Fred, I know exactly where it is. Like
I said, this is so bizarre that this does not scroll on its own.
It's It's scrolling for me on my end. Yeah, I don't know.
I had to use the wheel on the mouse to see it, to see new stuff.
Everybody's coming to me.
Hispanic. You'll have to try it. Oh, okay. FP's back. We lost FP for a minute.
Safe. I'm inside of the vehicle.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's yours.
Now mine's locked.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure about that.
You should double check your car keys.
And they're downstairs where they're always at.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now we lost Mike.
Who's that? Mike?
Mike's back. Okay.
Mike, let's do that.
Minute.
No, I'm at home. I'm safe. It's freaking hot.
Gentlemen, it was the Iranians.
Uh-oh.
No, not them again.
Iran is onto us, and they're aware of this podcast.
No, they're not.
Yeah, it was before you signed on. Like, it was cool. FP was out walking around West Pittston. Somebody was watching, came out of their house and started chatting with
Yeah.
the street. Yeah, Fred, you can always come on. You guys are always more than welcome to come on. We got 7 strong followers. Thank you for everybody's watching, subscribing to the channels. Again, if you like,
shit.
if you
No,
like,
I'm stupid.
if you like camping, outdoor stuff, subscribe to Skeeter's channel. Paranormal, subscribe to FP's channel. Mine will bring you the food reviews.
I'm waiting to hear how you describe mine.
How do you describe yours, Mike? Because I'm not too sure.
Wacky, loony,
Different.
real life. I just lost a bunch of cameras.
I don't know.
I lost them all. They all froze. So that was some kind of internet issue there. I mean, like with freezing up and.
And
yeah.
What camera are you using? It's like really clear. Are you which are you using your phone?
Yeah.
That's like really clear coming in.
Uh-oh.
It's just a slow week today for me anyway. I don't know about how your week was, guys.
I had to go see a physician. Basically, I pretty much found out that they want to try to make me comfortable. Possibly in the near future, buy me some time with mobility by putting a bunch of titanium in my spine.
Oh Jesus!
which I really don't want. You know, they're talking about all kinds of fun stuff like shaving down vertebrae, and using the bone fragments to build my last disc back up, my L5.
That doesn't even sound like.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awful, actually.
It sounds pretty painful.
And I mean, I was going upstairs today. I try to avoid stairs now. And I started getting sciatic pain on my right side, and it's like, oh man, don't even do this to me, because I don't want to be trying to get around with a walker. I mean, I can get around with a cane now, but having to use a walker would really not be fun. Especially at my age. Sorry.
No. See, I had a walker years ago. I had to use them for a while, and it was not fun. It was more pain in the ass than anything.
I'm actually looking at getting like one of those rollator things for work. Like, it has the handles and the basket and the chair in the middle.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I had one years ago when my mother died, and I was cleaning out her apartment. I had bought it for her, and I'm wishing, like, something told me, like, hang on to it, and I didn't. I donated it, and let's put it this way: if I were capable of it, I'd kick myself.
Yeah, it's when I used to work for Medicaid. Technically, I still do. A lot of the people calling saying, do you guys cover rollators? And at first I was like, what the hell's a rollator? And then I'm like looking online. I'm like, okay, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm very familiar with rollators, walkers, those kind of things.
What's up with it? Usually by now, I usually have one. These fish have been slow.
So have you guys got any amusement this summer?
What's that?
You guys go to any amusement parks this summer? Knoebels or Dorney or anywhere like that?
Rides terrify me.
Really?
Yeah. I almost got my ankle. You know those things that ride above, like, Dorney Park, like those little cars, and your feet are swinging out of them?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I nearly got my ankle caught in the gear that runs the thing, because I was way too tall for the ride. I had to kick my feet up in the air really quick. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a right foot today.
Oh, yeah, that's would put a bad taste in your mouth.
I like bumper boats.
Yeah, bumper boats and bumper cars are fun.
Bumper cars, those two, yeah.
Bumper boats, you get to you have the water gun, you can shoot people. Something to the right ride. How you doing, Super Cat? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, you know what? I could stay alive and drive. I could do that.
I don't know about that.
I am not. All right, people.
Oh, Susan, how's your husband doing?
What's that?
Oh, Susan's husband. Hope he's doing okay. Send him our best.
What'd you say, Jay?
Oh, Susan's husband last week was in the hospital. So I was just asking how's he doing? Marcus, I was in Dollywood in 2003, and it was cool, pretty cool back then. I could just imagine what was added since.
Skeeter went dark.
Yeah, Skeeter went dark.
Yeah, I'll be back. Give me a minute.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna pack up and start heading home, but I'll be live with you guys.
Cool.
My My side, my liver's starting to hurt. Oh, man.
That's what I say. Yeah, I heard they got flooded. Knoebels always gets flooded, Susan. I always hear they get flooded. Anything major, they get flooded.
We have that creek right there.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Knoebels in probably 30 years.
It's been a good at least 9, 10 for me. I always vow going every year, and it just never happens.
I'll tell you though, man. Watching YouTube last night, Gina and I ran across a thing. Somebody riding the tram cars on the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey, and it was like 1983, which would have been. I was actually at first, until I realized it was August, I was actually looking for myself in the video because of every chance I would have seen, could have seen a 10 or 11-year-old Mikey in that video, but no, we thought it was going June. But it was just so neat to see all the old, the piers, the old rides. Yeah, a big part of my childhood going to Wildwood every year.
That's like I want to do a drone video either over Rocky Glen or Hanson's. There were 2 big parks that I went to all the time back in the day.
How do you get that drone to hover? I have one that I got from years ago. I got it. I'm trying to think. Ollie's. I mean, it's not exactly an expensive drone. But I mean, I was never able to just make it sit still and hover.
It just,
not without, just constantly like hitting buttons and.
Well, with that Pease drone, you just if you just let go of the control, it just hovers on its own until you start to move it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Marcus, State Knoebels has free entry, free parking. You basically control what you spend there. Skeeter, stop at Chief and get a fish sandwich. Here, Fred, I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, I was expecting the chat to move from down. It's moving the opposite direction.
Oh, for me, it's going down.
Yeah, it's like new things are at the very top. I'm used to chat moving completely the opposite direction.
Fred, there you go. Click on that link, buddy. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, and I don't know if anybody noticed, but the ginormous beard that I had last week is gone.
Didn't notice. No.
Yeah, in summer months it gets irritating. I'm not sure if Fred meant. I think he just wants to live with you, Jay.
I thought it.
He's in a different dimension. He doesn't realize I'm not.
Freddie, you still there? You can click that link if you want to come live with us. If you want to come on video with us.
I think he's at your door, Jay. I think he actually wants to live with you.
Yeah, Marcus Knoebels has free entry, free parking. So you could buy, if you want to just buy so many tickets. But literally, you control what you spend at Knoebels.
You could go to the Grove, sit next to the creek, and meditate and do it for nothing.
Yeah, literally.
Jay, I keep meaning to ask you, and now What does SGW stand for?
There we go.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Fred, hey, what's up, Fred?
What's up, my brothers?
To answer that question, Mike, in the beginning, me and a girl named Sarah kind of brought this all together. I had simple ceremonies, which is the weddings. She had a photography thing called G&K Photography, and my food reviews at first were called Wyoming Valley Reviews. That's where SGK or SGW came from. And that's how that came about.
I was just curious.
Yeah, it's a lot of people ask me that, and it just stayed. What? So So we got Fred with us now live. What's going on, Fred?
What's up, boys? Thanks for letting me join.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate it.
Hey, anytime we let whoever wants to come on and hang with us is more than welcome.
I'm going to say, don't thank me. I'm just a guest.
Oh yeah.
As long as I don't make a mess on the rug, I guess I'm all right.
Yeah, you're all right.
Thank you.
Let me try to adjust my camera a little bit here. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's cool to be with you guys, man. You know, I'm always hanging out Saturday nights, just kind of hanging out at home, and always tune in and, you know, see what's good with you guys. So it's good to see your faces.
Fred was our first gift card winner.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Back in, maybe January, February. I remember it was cold when I met you guys.
It was.
Cool. Well, that gift card is long gone, Jay. We used that up. Thank you guys for that, man. That was great.
We did a promo in the beginning when we started doing the live. We did a promo. We gave away some gift cards, and Fred here was our first winner.
It's an honor. It's great.
I'm basically just a guy that Jason went to school with.
And me and Mike went to school. Same grade.
Where did you guys go to school? Did you guys go to like I know nowadays it's like the Wolfpack Wilkes-Barre School, but did you guys go to like GAR, Myers?
Neither.
Township.
Okay.
Wilkes-Barre Township Junior High, and then Coughlin very briefly for me because they threw me out.
Okay. It happens.
I was a misfit.
It happens. I've known many misfits throughout my life. They're some of the best people. So
thank you.
You just get older and wiser, and it's all good.
Well, basically, I was there was like I got thrown out very early on. There was this is 10th grade, and there was a fire drill, and the Wilkes-Barre fire chief was like doing an inspection to see like all the kids getting out of the classrooms okay and everything. And I walked right past him with a lit cigarette. I lit a cigarette out in the hall, and I don't smoke anymore, but back then I did, and I just walked right past him very nonchalantly smoking. So it was like a WTF moment for the fire chief of Wilkes-Barre. Apparently, he came down pretty hard on the principal and vice principal, so they came down hard on me.
Yeah.
They gave me like after school in school suspension, and they had in me a toilet brush and a bucket and told me to scrub toilets in the boys' room, which I politely refused. And I proceeded to sit in the boys' room window and lit up a cigarette. I got sent to Mr. Zavada's office the following day, and they politely asked me to leave. And I said, "Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let me, give me some time to think about it. I got to make some arrangements. Like I had a job, but see if they could let me go full time and all that." And I got all that together. Went back with my mother like a month later, and she signed the papers. I signed the papers, and I have no high school education.
Gotcha.
I did go back for my GED though when I was 20. and I actually scored one of the highest scores ever in the state of Pennsylvania, which is not a mega feat, but it's there. And at the time,
Sure.
like I had like one of the highest scores for like I just walked in off the street, took the test cold.
Hey, man. I mean, there's a lot to be said. Maybe you learn from your mistakes, and you got that GED, you got that high score, so take
I
pride in that, man.
literally got sick of potential employers telling me, "Look, you never finished school. We don't want you."
Yeah,
I
true.
got tired of that. Literally the next day after I got my diploma and everything. I got a job at WVIA, and I worked there for 3.5 years.
Oh, cool.
It was an interesting experience. Yeah, I worked.
Were you
Sorry,
doing like what? Were you doing like camera operating stuff? Were you like behind the
no.
scenes, or were you
I was mostly in sales.
sales? Yeah,
Yeah, the soupy kind.
I kind of missed my calling. I always wanted to be a radio host, and I went to school for communications, but I ended up in healthcare. So, but yeah, definitely like I kind of thought about podcasting and stuff, especially during the pandemic. That's Jay. I told you this months ago. Like my wife and I, have watched your videos like all through COVID. You kind of helped like keep us sane, man. Just kind of catching up with you every week, and seeing which cool food places you went to, like that meant a lot to us, during that time and today. um but yeah, man, I mean, like, YouTubers, podcasters, something I'd like to do at some point, but I don't have much spare time. That's the hard part.
And it's not easy finding like content. Like, what are you going to talk about? What are you going to say? And a lot of people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's not as easy as you think." Like every week, I'm sitting there pondering, going, "Okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to talk about next? Like, what's
Yeah.
you don't want to keep talking about the same thing. You will bore everybody." That's like I do the food reviews. Like I'll go to one, like I try to go instead of keep going this back to the same place over and over and over. Now a couple places I did do that, but I did like for Dominic's in New York. I had someone tell me, "Why do you keep going back there?" Well, because one,
It's good.
I like it, but like first time I went there, I got the Italian sausage. Second time I went back, I got their hot dogs. Third time I went back, I tried their cheesesteak. So I'm not getting this. I'm getting something different
Yeah.
every time I go, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is awesome." And then one person goes, "Oh, why do you go to the same place?" Well, yeah, because
You can't please everyone.
no.
And you shouldn't have to. I mean, honestly, Jay, I think you found a formula that works, man. I mean, like, you're a local guy. You're attracting people locally. Like, I told you, I live in Wilkes-Barre too. I know you guys are across the bridge, over from Pittston, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of nights where we just don't feel like cooking. So my wife and I get a lot of takeout, and sometimes there's places that you've reviewed and it's like, oh, we got to check that place out, and it ends up being a good experience. So yeah, it's just cool that you're like out and about doing your thing. I think it's a formula that's really worked, man. As a fan, as a subscriber,
It's during the COVID, everything was shut down for the most part. So I literally, there was like, 52 weeks in a year, I did 52 cooking shows just to keep me from going nuts. Because, you're in your house. At that point, I worked from home, so I rolled, out of one room into another to keep myself from going like nuts.
Bananas.
Do another cooking show. Exactly.
Yeah.
And after a while, you're like, okay, what do I do now? And that's where, like, now I'm starting to come into, like, holy crap, what else can I do?
Okay. I remember remember doing COVID over the fence at each other?
What was that, FP? You're cutting out. Your voice, your sound's cutting out.
I said, remember with COVID, we used to be over the fence.
Oh yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean, in one way, COVID worked out good for me because I did able to do what I did, and I got to work from home.
It is
Yeah.
nice. I worked from home for like 3 years. Oh, almost 3 years.
Same here. I work from home too.
Now I do it like 2 days a week, but since I injured my back really bad, I'm trying to get 5 days again.
Yeah.
Gina's over there complaining. She works in a warehouse. So
yeah, I mean, there's so many jobs that you just can't work from home, right? I mean, working in a warehouse, the food industry, healthcare. Yeah, so many jobs that don't have that, let's say, luxury, I guess. It does get lonely though, working from home. Like my wife and I rescued a dog during COVID because I was like just going crazy. So he keeps me company. He really helped like to get me and to get us through that time, and we're happy to have him. But yeah, crazy times.
It's
as far as content goes, I never really had too much difficulty with it. Number one, my father used to tell me that I had diarrhea of the mouth. So
I've heard that before.
yeah, it's an old saying.
I was asking Jay last week. I'm like, I feel like I'm talking a little bit too much, But yeah, there's that, and the fact that I would suggest move to a really bad neighborhood in the city, and then put cameras up everywhere, and then just broadcast what happens. That's exactly what I do, and
Right. No, man, I've watched several of your videos, and
oh, thank you.
I roll through North End, Wilkes-Barre pretty often. I used to hang out at the saloon.
I know.
From
Me too. I love that bar.
Yeah, we might have even bumped into each other over the years. Like this
Was that on Butler? Not.
Well, it's way further up. It's over by the Okies.
Oh,
yeah.
It's North Main. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you're right on, Mike. It's across from the Slovak Club,
right?
With the blinking traffic light.
Yep.
Yeah, I was there every Wednesday when I turned 21 for the Wednesday Jam. They had the band that played every Wednesday night. I never missed a Wednesday.
I remember. If you remember Electric Alligator, that guy, the guitar player from that band, his name's Jerry, and he worked with me at VIA, and he and I would go there and have drinks quite a bit. So, yeah, I love in fact, he was the one who turned me on to the 1812. I love that place. I miss it. If it were still open, I'd go there.
I do too, man. So many good memories. That was just a great place. I know they had a lot of trouble with like noise ordinances because I mean just how loud it would get with the band playing. Like I think the neighborhood was just like, all right, like enough. So I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, what a great place.
Yeah, I noticed it's up for they have it up for lease now. I know they went through that whole building, cleaned it out. I don't know what they did inside. Yeah. I hope they didn't do too much because I mean the old bar was amazing, the woodwork and the brass rail going around the bottom, and I'd really be upset if they tore all that out.
I agree. I think a lot of the miners, like back in the early 1900s, 1800s, the coal miners would hang out there. So I think a lot of that, like the wooden bar and the floor. I mean, the floors, everything was probably like original. So
I think it looked like it was.
Yeah, I think they put new windows in the place, but I'm right there with you. I hope they didn't do too much by way of like changing all that old stuff out because that you just don't see that anywhere. You know,
And you're talking about the miners. It's definitely feasible. North Main Street was a major trolley ride.
Yeah.
I live in a spot called what was called back in the way back before either of us were. This is before my grandfather was even born. This area was called Mahoney's Corners, and there was a gigantic store. It burned years ago back in North Main. Hollenbach Corner was Mahoney's Corner, and Mahoney's was basically the Walmart of its day. It was a multi-level store, and they sold everything from food to clothing, dry goods, you name it, they sold it. And everybody would take the trolley up here. I have old newspaper clippings and articles where, people would, the Glee Club is meeting. Everybody's meeting at Mahoney's Corners and taking a walk here. Like it was. So, I mean, the saloon would be just a couple of stops up from here. So I would assume, yeah. And then this building actually started out, it was a rooming house for coal miners. So,
wow.
Yeah, this is a very old place.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's just so much history in this area, especially with like the old coal mines. I mean, even sometimes like if I'm out in my yard pulling weeds or something, I hit coal in the ground. Like I just pull coal out of my backyard. Sometimes it's everywhere.
I mean, to have anthracite coal as common stones, I mean, that's unheard of anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, quite amazing.
Who remembers Dr. Feelgood?
Oh God.
Gina just said, "Oh God."
I heard her in the back. They used to
I remember Feel Goods very well. Sort of.
Remember the
Penny Till You Pee?
Penny Till You Pee night?
Everybody would throw chairs and everything in front of the bathroom doors, and
first person that went got like ridiculed for like an hour, then bottom beers. It's, those were the days. Jitterbugs down in Kingston.
Oh, I remember Jitterbugs very well. I dropped the drive shaft of my van in that parking lot at about 3 in the morning.
They had
Jules, the owner, was actually an acquaintance of mine. I was a bouncer at Toppers.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there in the early part of the day, back in the day. Toppers.
When I was a college student, I didn't fit in with this whole scene, but like the big thing was like the Hardware Bar in downtown Wilkes-Barre. You guys remember like that era?
I remember the Hardware.
Yeah,
that was after kind of my era, but yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Gina said she got spanked there.
She got what?
Yeah.
Spanked.
So I thought you said.
I think I was there once or twice, and I was just like, I got to get out of here. This is not my. I like a quiet, like Donahue's in Wilkes-Barre by down by like what's the place? Can't think of it. Down by the courthouse. Anyway, just like a quiet place that was always like.
I used to drink at Whiskey Business a lot.
Oh yeah.
I ended up being a bouncer there too.
Sununus was another one by King's.
That's right down the street from me.
That was a good place to hang out.
Back in the day, they had over in East End. It was originally called the R Bar. Then it got renamed the Shooters. That's where I hung out for most of my early 21, or when I was 21. Corner bar.
I have stories about the R Bar from when I was 16. So.
Oh yeah, me too. The R Bar, and I'm talking about the R Bar on Scott Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cop used to own it.
Yeah, Bob Wallace. Redmond. Oh no, Redmond. Redmond Snyder. Him and another.
I just remember a cop, the next cop owned the place. which really surprised me considering some of the stuff going on in there.
Well, it's funny back in the day, like, and I said we're going back, like we were like 16, 15, 16 years old. My dad was good friends with farm owners, and my dad used to for a little while do the kitchen for him, just for side money when he was off. And he called, and again, remember this before, cell phones and stuff like that. So he calls the house. My mom's like, here, your dad wants to talk to you. I'm like, thinking, what did I do now? He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, nothing. You want to come down to the arbor, help me serve food. Like, so I was helping him in the kitchen. Again, back then, 16, the laws were not like they are now, the labor laws.
Yeah.
So he would say, okay, see that guy right there? Give him this. So, like, everybody's like, oh, Steve's kid, like, I'm getting, like, $10 tips. But, like, I walked out of there with, like, $200, like, a couple $100 in tips. So the next day, like, towards the end, my dad's like, okay, before it got 11 o'clock, he's like, okay, you got to go home, go home now. So I went home. So the next day, he's like, did you get tipped? I'm like, yeah. I had like $200. He's like, you did better than me.
I hate to say this.
Plus, they get
sorry.
Yeah, it was fun.
I was just gonna say I hate to say this, Jay. I did better than you, but then again, I was selling speed to truck drivers in the men's room, so I'd walk out of there with a few $100 myself, just for different reasons.
Just think nowadays, $200 could get you like almost a cart of groceries.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine if you got $200 cash right now, you'd be like, I could eat this week. I could.
Well, when I first quit school, I was a real piece of work. So, let's just say, let's all be, for me anyway, I'm glad that your record gets expunged when you're 18. Yeah. Because when I turned 18 and all that stuff got expunged, I actually said to myself, it's like, okay, now it's like Major League. Now it's like, it's the other side of Water Street now that, if I do anything wrong, I'm going to 99, not juvie, so I decided like, okay, I'm straightening out now. I'm not, childhood's over, and I'm glad I did that.
Susan, put up there, I'm just reading the chats. Susan says, I think I need to change, laugh out loud. 41 years is a long time. Excuse me. That's a long time.
We live and we learn.
Oh, yeah. My husband's a cradle robber. That's funny.
76. I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gina, what?
76, I was 1.
Gina said she was 1.
-4.
-4.
FP wasn't thought of yet.
Nor was I.
Oh, I was the flu. I was like, I must be sick. Like, no, you're pregnant. She's like, I can't be. Yeah, you are. I was the flu.
Remember, Jay, 76, because I can actually, my memory actually goes back to the cradle. I can remember 76 actually really well. I mean, everything was red, white, and blue. People were so patriotic, like ridiculously patriotic.
The bicentennial. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I lived through that as a 4-year-old, like a 4-year-old kid.
Wow.
And I remember like standing in the parade downtown on South Main Street, and I was like had like one of the little flags from the Boston store or Lazarus or something. I'm really dating myself there.
Boston store, oh my God. Yeah.
And I let the flag touch the ground, and like somebody grabbed it and pulled it up. No, you never let that flag ever touch the ground. It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
You
got scolded. Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
But I mean, that was like when you see the country the way it is now, and compare it to like what I remember in childhood, this country being, like people were like beyond patriotic. They were fanatically patriotic.
Yeah.
Especially around here.
I've heard all about it. My mom and dad were both like the bicentennial class. So they graduated high school in 76. So like their
I don't remember it.
yearbooks, you know, my dad actually for the longest time like would we'd always have to save the bicentennial quarters. You know, sometimes
Oh, yeah.
you still get them like when you go shopping and stuff. And I still save them because like, yeah, that was part of it. Like I've heard all about it. I know that was like a real patriotic time, you know, rightfully so.
And
So,
look
yeah.
at one movie that came out of it, Rocky, and the red, white, and blue trunks that Apollo Creed's wearing, and you know,
Yeah.
the basically the flag robe and all. I mean, that, like I said, that was the country at that time.
Yeah. You're right.
Even then, back then, like you could, even like just with neighborhoods, you could go out, take a walk during the afternoon. Nobody bothered. You could leave your door wide open. Nobody would do anything. Now you leave your door open, you can come back and be robbed.
It's true.
I remember when my uncle had to go to the. He lived in Marksville, up on Welsh Hill, and he had to go to. He was going to be in the hospital for an extended period. So his sister left a note on the door for the mailman. You know, stop delivering mail. He's in the hospital. He's good. It's like, what were you like? They basically, as soon as that day after that letter went up, the door got kicked in, and you know, it's like you literally just told the neighborhood the house is empty.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
So yeah, I mean, and that's going back like 15 years. So I don't know. I don't get over to Plymouth and Larson too often.
Yeah. No, it's definitely amazing. Like the issues that, you know, former generations kind of worried about versus what we are concerned about now, you know, like, yeah, man, for sure.
I can remember 50-cent matinees at the mall, going to the movies, like, because I grew up next to the mall, and I would get sent to the mall with 50 cents to go see a movie.
Wow. Man.
Well, actually $1. I'd get $1 in quarters so I could play some video games while I was down there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that was always a good part of going to the movies. You know, you had to hit the arcade.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
But also,
Jay, did you make it up to Dave and Buster's yet, or is that still on the list?
Yeah, it's still on the list. I didn't get there yet.
Yeah.
Who remembers? I know FP, FP's there, I believe. Top Dog.
Oh yeah,
I live by it. Remember Scott Rose? He used to work there.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember Scott, but I didn't remember him working at. I didn't realize he worked at Top Dog.
Yeah, well, I was going to say. I mean, you were East Ender right with him, so.
Well, yeah, I never knew he went. Yeah.
His dad used to like to lay out in the yard naked, which was just bizarre. You'd go over his house, and there's his dad, like on a lawn chair with, like, you know, socks on, socks and sandals, and like nothing else, and it's like, oh, I'm blind. But yeah, Scott worked at Top Dog.
Scott, I was working at RB still, so I'm going back. Oh hell, back in I think like 2000. Oh hell, I don't even remember. But Scott, he walked into Arby's, and I didn't even recognize him. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, well, I'm like, just a customer. I'm like, "Oh, I'm good." You don't remember me, do you? Not really, no. He's like, Scott Rose. I'm like, get out. So he just to prove himself, he whipped out his license or his ID. I don't know if license or ID. I'm like, holy crap! And that's the first time I saw him since like June. I don't even know if he even went to junior high, elementary school. I remember him seeing him. I remember him in elementary school. It's but yeah, I last I heard he was living up in Mountaintop, I think. But I think I could be wrong. It's been that long ago. Yeah, I remember Scott Rose, Tony Wren.
You didn't hear about Tony?
Yeah, I heard about Tony. Yeah,
I was gonna say he lived a couple doors down from me. So I heard about it. I heard about it immediately.
When we were in elementary school, me and Tony Red almost looked identical. Like, could have passed as brothers, like twin brothers almost.
Well, I remember when you. Sorry. I was just going to say, I remember when you were in 7th grade. I remember you guys, the two of you guys were practically inseparable.
Yeah, we were. It's in element. Oh, we lost FP. Yeah, we what was I gonna say, in like 5th, 6th grade, we looked like almost like twins, and it was fun. Well, not funny then, but funny now. Like, he would run through when we would leave Mac, and I'd walk. Let's see, someone's coming on. FP, okay, FP's back. Okay, so I'd walk home with my friends. He'd walk home with his friends, and he would run past a lady's house and knock on her window. She lived in like a trailer. It wasn't a trailer, but it was like a one level, like a ranch. And he would run through the yard and knock on the window and run. Well, everyone's like, "Oh, they thought it was me," and so I got blamed for it. I'm trying to explain, no, I don't walk home that way, and yeah, we looked really, really close. Yeah, I heard. Well, actually, I heard. I don't know how he ended up, but I heard he passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was actually.
He had a heart attack.
Okay. So I know right before that, which I didn't realize was his girlfriend at the time, but she passed away.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he wasn't the same after that.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh boy.
It's last time I saw Tony, it was down on the square. It was something was going on the square. They had the bandstand. They were doing something, and I ran into him, and we were bullshitting, and that's really the last time I saw him. Then I heard. Well, his girlfriend's sister is my dog's groomer.
Okay.
So when I heard, her sister, Tony's girlfriend, passed away, I'm like, I'm so sorry, blah 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 blah. And then what happened was, I find out that Tony passed, and I didn't realize at first the connection. And, yeah, it's.
Well, but come here.
Susan.
Now, when you say that dog groomer, the one on North Main up here?
No, over in Luzerne.
Okay. Because we have a dog groomer just up the street.
Susan has a question. Oh, there's Pepper.
Yeah, Pepper.
Okay, Susan, but do you ever watch old black and white movies? Animal show a scene at a grocery store. Porterhouse 89 cents, roast beef 59 cents. Cents a pound makes me wonder what they would do with today's prices.
I'll tell you what my grandfather would say, who he was born in 2005, lived through the Depression as a young man, shoveling coal, actually putting timbers up in coal mines. I tell you exactly what he said. His favorite thing in the world were Hershey bars. And when he was a young man, they were a nickel. The fact that they went up 100% to 50 cents when I was a little kid, he refused to eat them. It would make me sick to pay 50 cents and eat that when I know that it's only worth a nickel. That's what my grandfather would say.
Yeah.
If he saw the prices now, he'd laugh at me for paying them.
It's that's like before the bottled spring water started coming out. Back in the day, if you said, "Oh, we'll sell you a bottle of water for whatever it was," my dad would be like, "Go home and drink water at the tap." He'd be like, "No way." And now today, everybody buys bottled water.
I buy it.
Yeah, so do I.
You drink water. You drink water in the city. You'll buy bottle. You'll either get a filter or buy bottled water pretty fast.
Yeah, back then, like once in a while, my dad would go like right at get water, like a couple jugs out of it, like right from the spring. That he knew where to go, or he knew someone that had it. But yeah,
There was. They built a house on it now. Unfortunately, up a mountaintop there was an artesian well, and everybody would go there to fill up water. My father would go there. I'd help. Yeah, off 309, Gina. Gina's dad went too. So yeah, I remember getting water jugs filled up with filling them up with my father there.
yeah, and
Yeah.
spring water, like better water. But yeah, that's
Somebody bought the land, built a house on top of it.
Yeah, we used to do that too. My grandparents. I grew up in the Pittston area, so we would go up to I guess like Suskin, Pittston Township. We'd kind of take a ride up there, and there was a spring that my grandfather knew of. It was like a public, kind of thing, and we would fill up water jugs. I remember being like ice cold all the time. Like the water was so cold, and
oh yeah, because it comes from so deep in the earth. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like ice. We'd fill as many jugs as we could, and we'd drive them back down to their house. That was cool.
Yeah, I remember going up there many years after my father had died, actually, and finding out that this is now like got a bad vibe when I saw the road had been paved, and I'm turning up there like there was a creek up there, and right past the creek was the well, and I saw a house sitting there, and it's like, oh man, you have no idea how disappointed my father would be. He'd be like devising ways. He's like, we're gonna get him out of there, Budgie. We're gonna get him out of that place.
Yeah.
Here, we're gonna dress you up just like Bigfoot, and I'm gonna go out in the woods and yell. You go running through the yard. That'd be the kind of stuff my father would actually pull. Well, Jay, remember the thing with the drone? The drone with the Grim Reaper outfit and chasing people around the park. And I posted this meme the one time like that, and you said, Mike, I could seriously see you doing this, dressing up a drone as the Grim Reaper and chasing people around Kirby Park with it. I still want to.
Jay, I have a quick question for you, Jay. I know I realize sometimes you'll maybe grab like a hoagie or something and hang out at Kirby Park, and like is that a tradition? Like, did you just kind of hang out there, have a lunch from time to time, or is that just kind of a place you go to, clear your mind and get a quick bite to eat sometimes?
Well, it first started during COVID. I went.
Okay.
It was Saturday morning. I went down to Reds, and back even down. You couldn't. It was just takeout.
Yeah.
So I went down to Reds, and Reds still only, as far as I know, his hoagies are still only $5. I don't know if he raised them. I haven't been there lately, but he only had stuff like his 12 footlongs were 12 or $5. So I'm coming back thinking I don't want to go straight home because I'll go to Kirby Park, and that's how that started.
Gotcha.
Once in a while, I'll bop into Kirby Park, and if it's a nice day out, I'll bop into Kirby Park.
Yeah.
Show off what's going on.
That's cool, man. There's something very like wholesome about that, I love Francis Slocum. Like we take my dog up there, and he likes to run around down by the lake and bark at the geese and stuff like that. But if I lived a little closer to like Francis Slocum, maybe from time to time I'd just grab a hoagie and go sit on a bench and just like clear my mind. It seems like a nice thing to do. So it's cool. It's cool to see that you do that.
Thank you. It's over in Pittston. The first time I went, I had like a terrible experience at Lombardo's. It was bad.
Oh yeah.
But then not too long ago, I'm like, you know what? That was a long time ago. Let's give him another shot. I walked in, a whole different experience. Now they still have they have this table where they had at least 15 hoagies. But I walked in, I asked if I could get a fresh one made. They're like, yeah, no problem. Made boom, 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 boom. And it actually was a better experience compared to the first one I had. But it's their hoagies are cheap. Like I got a hoagie and a bottle of soda, like a small, not a 2 liter, but some drink. It was under $10. It was it was under $8. It was like 7 and change.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad. That'll be coming up soon, I think. But also, what kills me now is they opened the Sheets right down in Wyoming.
Oh yeah.
That kills me, right? Because it's like, oh, I don't feel like cooking. I'll go to Sheets. But I got it.
Yeah. I've been there a couple times now. I had to go and check it out, when it first opened. What I like most about it is the way that they designed the parking lot, because it's very roomy. You're not pulling in and crashing into people like bumper cars, like all the other Sheets locations. Whoever designed that one, there's just a lot of kind of space where you could, pull in, pull out. It's not as dangerous, I guess.
I didn't even know there was a Sheets over there.
It's brand new, brother. They just opened it.
And so me and the GF went we went there that night, it was around 11 o'clock, the first day it opened, but we went at night just to check it out. Right. It was packed. We're talking 11:30, 12. It was packed. We're like, holy shit. Yeah, they got these little snack wraps, which actually are not bad. Like chicken snack wrap.
Isn't it funny too how as you're ordering food, it kind of gives you recommendations, you're doing your order and then it says, would you like to add 2 snack wraps for $1.99? And you're just like, yeah, sure. You hit the button and you're just
yeah,
okay. Mac and cheese bites. I love their mac and cheese bites.
You could actually buy those. There's somebody who makes it's so similar you'd never know the difference.
Yeah. They're just good. They're really good.
I wish I could find them back in the mall days when the mall was actually a mall and a food court. I worked at a place called A&W Hot Dogs and More, and they had.
I did too.
Did you?
Briefly.
Okay. It was.
You worked when it was closer to the doors.
Yeah.
I worked there when it was like on the other side.
Oh, under the
remember how it switched? I worked on the old one.
Oh, okay.
You, if I remember right, you ended up managing the newer one. Right? Were you a manager there?
No.
I thought you were.
No, I mean.
Oh no, that's Arby's. You were a manager.
I was at Arby's. Yeah. It was. They had the little corn dog nuggets, and I went to main source. I went I cannot find. I could come close, but not exact how they used to do it. And these little suckers were the best.
Jay, someday, all kidding aside, I'm gonna meet you at Sam's Club. Do you not have a Sam's Club membership? Because I can get you in. We're gonna meet at Sam's Club. We're gonna get their hot dogs, because I know you got to add that to the hot dog and NEPA. You just got to try the Sam's Club hot dog and then do a review. But they might have corn dog nuggets, mac and cheese bites, because they have all the frozen stuff.
Now, similar to like at Redner's and but not. They're close, but not like the.
Not the same.
No, not the same. It was fun because what we used to do back then, we used to make our own root beer.
At the A&W at the mall.
The one close to the, not the one Mike was at, but the other one, the newer one.
So they would make their own root beer.
We would make our own root beer, and
wow,
it had its own separate spout, like with the old time handle you would pull to draw it, not like the regular soda. So we would like kind of turn up the syrup just a little bit on the machine, so people like, oh my god, this is great root beer, you know. But yeah, it looked like a big cauldron. Okay, it was so many pitchers of water to so many bags of sugar.
Yeah.
So that would have to sit. So we'd have to stir that. We'd have to cap. We had a big cap for it. Literally, we'd let the sugar water sit overnight, and then the next day, whoever came in the morning had to finish it off. Would add the root beer concentrate, and then they'd have to. There was these small metal cylinders that we would fill them, that we'd put onto the the soda system. But it was funny back in the day because like Arby's would call us, hey, everybody used to swap food with everybody.
Yeah, you guys
Arby's would come over and say, hey, can we get root beer floats? And I got Arby's, sandwiches. Boardwalk Fries, would because they had the hamburgers where we just had hot dogs.
Yeah.
We would swap off burgers for whatever because they liked our fries better than their fries because they probably got sick and tired of their fries.
No, Arby's always had the better fries.
Curly fries, right? The Arby's curly fries. Oh,
you can buy those in a bag. I do it like once a week. I get a bag of Arby's curly fries. And
yes.
Well, Jay, I'm laughing because I remember the A&W that you worked at. There was a guy there that had a crush on me and give me like free hot dogs.
Do you remember his name?
I can't remember. This was back early 90s.
Oh, I
know. Go back in time and get him fired.
It's like.
Of course, that was when I was young, skinny, good looking.
You're still all those things.
No, I'm not skinny or young.
It was funny because I used to work Wyoming Valley Motors Monday through Friday. I would work A&W Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. I used to work 7 days straight for a year. And Sundays I would come in. It was so I used to work it myself until the holidays came in. But there was a guy that would come up to the counter every Sunday morning, order a Chicago-style hot dog.
Also the best.
And he would want to add liquid cheese, and then he'd get a carton of milk, white milk. And I'm thinking to myself, that is one hell of a combo right there.
Yeah, that certainly is. Because the Chicago dog, I mean, you're talking like poppy. I mean, a legit Chicago dog. I think poppy seed bun, pickle, tomatoes, peppers.
Now we didn't.
No ketchup.
I don't remember if we had the poppy seed roll or not. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it was tomato, cucumber, spore pepper, I believe was called on it.
Yeah, with the stem.
Relish, mustard, pickle, topped with celery salt. Said I could still remember that.
Celery salt. Yep.
Yeah, that was a Chicago dog.
Wow.
And when I went to Hot Dog Johnny's out in Jersey, they put a pickle on their dog, and it's a unique combination taste. Let me tell you, to eat it like right on the hot dog.
Yeah. It is. I have family in Jersey, so we would go out and visit them, or if we went to a wedding or something, we'd always stop at Hot Dog Johnny's. So yeah, pickle right on the hot dog. Yeah, that's their signature kind of move.
And they don't do chili. I was like,
right.
For them, don't chili.
No chili.
But they've been around for decades.
Yeah, long time. Long time, man. Yeah. Well, Jay, it's cool that you got down to Yakko's earlier this summer, because I mean, I know they have a few locations down in the Lehigh Valley, but that's another like old time, kind of roadside, Americana sort of restaurant. So it was cool to see you got down there. I've been there.
That was pretty. I mean, the drive killed me, but I'm glad I got down there.
Yeah.
I guess we lost FP. It's not coming back.
I guess. I'm sorry.
None.
I apologize. I was married for a few years, and I just apologize for everything. It's just better, like, just apologize for everything, and then just sort it all out later. And it just got in. I'm sorry. I even learned it in different languages, like like Lo Cien and Disculpe. Oh yeah.
It was. I was married.
Man.
I was married for 10 years, and now that the girlfriend I'm dating, no, my girlfriend now, I'd be like, she'd be like, what do you like? I'd be like, sorry, for example, one time another friend of mine, he's like, we met over at not Old Time Chub, but it's the one in the Charlie. Oh crap!
Charlie Brown's.
Yeah,
Charlie B.
Yeah, they had a all you could eat wing night for so much I forget. It was like they had it once in a while. So everybody's like, hey, I'm like, well, I really couldn't really have the money to go. My girlfriend's like, here, just go take money out. I was like, oh.
Well, I remember actually, seeing pictures of you and your wife on MySpace many years ago.
Oh yeah, it was many years ago. I forgot about MySpace. Oh yeah. But yeah, it was. Now my girlfriend's like, here, go. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, mine was my marriage. I mean, I was with the woman for quite a few years. Marriage itself, I was only sentenced to about 6 years. And, I mean, basically, I married a woman who was 13 years younger than me. When I met her, I was 35 and she had just turned 23. And I'll tell you what, it looks a whole lot better in the pamphlet and the brochure than it does trying to live it. That's all I'll say about that, because, oh my God.
All right, guys, I will be right back in a moment. 1 second.
Okay, I guess you.
It's you and me, Mike, holding it down here.
I was gonna say I need like my cane so I can do some tap dancing and
Yeah,
to entertain everybody.
tell some jokes. No, man, I noticed you have quite the collection of Marshall amps. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're seeing. Yeah, Gina's just saying you're only seeing about half of them.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got piles of them. They're basically they're old valve state amps from the 90s. Valve state was Marshall's attempt to, hey, everybody loves tube amps, but they're really expensive. Let's make the amp like the I don't know what they even call it.
The preamp.
Yeah, the preamp is tube, and then like when you get to like the power amp, that's the word I'm looking for. Power amp stage is solid state. MOSFET.
Yeah, solid state. Yep.
And when I was 19 years old, I really wanted a 100-watt stack, and I actually have one too. I got 2 of them over there, and the one blew up, and it's beyond what I can fix.
Yeah.
The other one I rewired, and using its original stuff. They get like cold, the solder joints after 20 years, 30 years, the solder joints start getting loose.
Yeah.
But the other one has something blown in it. So thanks for asking me the question about Marshalls to keep things going here.
I meant to put it in the comments last week because so I took guitar lessons since I was 7 until I was like maybe 21, 22.
You probably played much better than me.
I mean, it's a work in progress. You know what I mean? I mean, even to this day, I'm still not like where I should be or would like to be, but I try to play every day, and I have too many guitars. Way too many
all the
guitars.
years I'm playing, I should be Steve Vai at this point, but
I should be Hendrix.
I'm not. I'm not even there, man. I'm not even. I'm just a step above. God, I don't know. Malcolm Young.
Hey, hey, he's a big Marshall player, so you're on the right track. I mean, that's cool.
All right, I'm back.
What up, Jay?
Nature was calling. I had to go answer.
I figured.
All right. Good night, Susan. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
What Jason said.
But yeah, it's this was like a trip down memory lane. Let me tell you.
Oh, that was you get together with somebody that you went to school with like 40 years ago.
It's been that long. It's
yeah, we met 40 years ago. Believe it or not.
Yeah, it's long time ago. Yeah, holy crap.
Does it feel like yesterday though? Like, I mean, it's 40 years, but if you guys said like, it actually feels like yesterday. Like, does that ring true, or does it feel like 40 years?
Yeah, it feels more like 35.
Okay.
For some things, but for other things, it depends. Yeah.
I think my memory, huh?
I would say, remembering about Top Dog, you walk in there with like $10 and you'd spend $5 on food, not even $5. Rest you had for games and shit, and like you were full.
Oh yeah, I'm convinced. Like they had like $25 or 25-cent cheeseburgers. Well, no, the cheese was an extra 10 cents. But 25-cent hot dogs, and I was convinced those things were made out of circus animals. That's the only way that Greco could get them to be that cheap.
Well,
they're probably carved up zebras and stuff like that.
I used to work. I worked there for about a month. Okay.
You worked everywhere, man. You worked at Burger King too.
I did.
Hey, I worked at Burger King.
Gina worked at Burger King.
Which one?
The one by the mall.
The one by the mall, Edmonds, and all that.
So did I. The one near one by the mall. I was there.
She was 21, and she's 2.5 years younger than us.
Oh, shit.
And so Jay, the Arby's that you managed, is that the one like down in Kingston? Is that Pierce Street?
Yeah, that was the last one I was at. Technically I was a manager at the one in Scranton for like 6 months, and I got out of it.
Gotcha.
So I was in Pierce Street for 8-9 years. Then the owners went bankrupt and closed everything. We're like, shit.
Yeah. I do remember that location being closed.
Yeah.
For quite a bit, like maybe a couple of years, and then it like reopened, and it was like a big, everybody was excited for it to reopen. I remember that.
The people that own Pittston Arby's bought that one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, there was the guy. People that
flashlight back there.
The people that owned, well, before that, it was called Dijon Incorporated. They owned Scranton, Kingston, Pine Grove, and 2 other locations I forget. Marcus, I'll have to get back with you on that one because I like them both.
Double cheeseburger, ketchup only.
When they went bankrupt, like there was 3 companies bidding on those 5 stores, and ended up the one who owned Pittston got Kingston one, and I heard it went to hell. Me and the manager that was there, we got it to where it was like running like pretty even, pretty good, and then I heard this new company just screwed everything up.
I gotta go on it on my
It was, but yeah, Marcus has a question: Whopper or the Big Mac?
Big Mac for me. Big Mac all the way.
Double cheeseburger, ketchup only. Gina's getting on her phone now to participate in this discussion.
In the in
The chat.
in the polls here.
Does Gene remember what goes on a Whopper? It's sad I do.
Mayo, lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, and mustard. And pickles.
I don't know if you heard her.
Kinda.
Sounds about right.
Well, Jay, I got one for you.
Did you hear me, Jay?
Yeah, kinda.
It was mayo, lettuce, tomato, onion, ketchup, and mustard. And pickles.
No mustard went on. No mustard.
Oh no, the mustard went on the
Mustard. They never used mustard. At least
No, the
when I
mustard was on something else.
It was
But it was everything but the mustard.
mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, pickle, ketchup, and onions.
I'm going to recite a poem. A poem from our youth.
Uh-oh.
Big Mac filet of fish, quarter pounder French fry, icy Coke, thick shakes, sundaes, and apple pies.
God, I remember that now.
That was quite the jingle.
Well, no, this is just something like they made you committed to memory in grade school.
They did. Yeah, they did.
At least they did in Dan Flood.
It was. And the thing about McDonald's, back then, McDonald's was like, now every year, a lot of people eat McDonald's all the time, a couple times a week. Back when we were growing up, we got McDonald's. It was like a treat to go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I hate McDonald's. I even did when I was a kid.
Or even like burger, like Sunday. See, my dad worked 6 days a week. So on Sundays, he would give my mom a break and cook whatever we were eating that day. So Sunday through Thursday, we ate at the kitchen table, whatever mom made. Friday, after my parents went to the store, we'd go out, Cracker Box, or not the Cracker Box, Carriage Stop.
I was going to say, isn't that a strip club?
Yeah, the Carriage Stop in up on going up to Bear Creek that mysteriously burnt down.
I remember the Carriage Stop.
Dookie's in North End.
I live right by it.
It's and then Saturday was you fended for yourself. So if you wanted Burger King, McDonald's, or pizza, that's when we had that on Saturday. So it was the big thing that I loved, like McDonald's. You had they had their magazine thing. And when I was a kid, my dad always gave me like the magazine if it was out. The Fun Times magazine it was called. I was like, oh, it's like the greatest thing in the world.
I remember it.
And even now, like I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch like the old like Ronald commercials, and like now it's like you don't even see Ronald McDonald or anything. He's like gone.
Yeah. Did you guys see that McDonald's has like old, like vintage looking glasses? I think my wife was telling me, like, if you buy a Big Mac meal, you get one of these like souvenir cups. I think they're plastic, they're not glass, but they have like the Hamburglar and Grimace and stuff on them, and it's like a throwback to like what you get in the 70s. It's like a big thing now. Did you guys see that?
Now I'm gonna have to go to McDonald's.
Now Gina has to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go collect the whole set. I mean, that's what we used to do,
If you don't mind my asking, Fred, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 36. 36.
Oh,
Yes.
he's a baby.
I'm a
Dude,
baby.
I'm old enough to be your dad.
I'm an old soul. I've
Okay.
always been told I'm an old soul, and I feel like
Me too.
Yeah.
And now I really am.
And yeah, man.
Remember when Burger King had, I don't know if you ever said it, Fred. Burger King had the Simpson dolls, and like every week was a different doll, and like you had to. Everybody was like get these. Everybody wanted the Bart Simpson doll, and that was like the last one that came out, or next to the last one that came out. But Then they had
Actually, what I remember are the Empire Strikes Back glasses back in 1980, or was it 82?
That would have been cool. For
I had
me,
all them. Like
in the early 90s when I was growing up, like anything to do with Jurassic Park and dinosaurs was like I had to have it. And McDonald's had these watches. They were like a digital watch, and I think there were 4 of them, and I think I got all 4 of them, but they've been lost to the sands of time. I don't know what happened to them. But
I watched Jurassic Park the other night.
I think I had it on VHS, Jay, and I probably like wore the tape out. I watched it so many times when I was a kid. You know, I knew every dinosaur, like, but I had to get those McDonald's watches, man. They were like,
Well, on YouTube, there's the YouTube movies and TV, like free stuff.
yeah.
Jurassic Park, like the first 3 are all there. You can watch. I was like, oh shit.
Nice.
And then do you remember? Does Gina remember cooking with Alf? The Alf dolls that Burger King had.
I loved Alf.
She loved Alf. I don't remember that personally.
Like I said, when I was there, I was 21. I was still married to my first husband.
Sorry, that was getting a little tight on my head there.
Yep.
It's one thing I'm glad I retained. It's like, okay, my back's destroyed, but I still have a full head of hair.
Still got your hair.
And it's still long, and not a stitch of gray in it.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, considering like my back like needs like titanium pins and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like shit. I think I don't know, go bald, keep all the hair, but have pins in your back.
Or have a back full of titanium. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, we don't. I guess we don't pick and choose how we age.
No, we don't.
That's the truth. Jay, do you remember like for a hot minute there, McDonald's had hot dogs, probably like early 2000s. Do you remember when McDonald's was doing hot dogs? This was a while ago.
I remember the McDog, the McHot dog. Yep.
Dude, they were good. They were like,
What I remember, yeah, they weren't bad for like being, McDonald's. They weren't bad at all.
my father and I were like obsessed with them. Like every, I don't know, Sunday we'd go up and we get like as many as, I mean, they were just really good for, like for a fast food, you know. I guess our expectations weren't high, but they were just that good.
That's like if you ate Top Dog, like your expectations were like not high at all.
Yeah.
Like
Circus
I
animals.
I worked there for maybe a month, maybe 2 the most, and that's exaggerating it. But I remember loading the truck, and I'll remember this till the day I die. On the burger case, it said grade D edible.
Ooh.
But like when you're a kid, slap some ketchup onion on that shit, and you didn't care what it was.
Grade D edible.
Yeah, grade D edible.
Now I got like, if you ever saw the movie with Sylvester Stallone, the one where the 3 seashells, what was that? Where he gets frozen in the future. Wesley Snipes was the bad guy. Well, I got the clip in my head when they're like underground with Dennis Leary, and he orders a burger, and it's like, ¿qué es con carne? And she's like, rata. That's like, this is a rat burger.
Yeah.
Best damn rat burger I ever had. That's kind of the clip I have playing in my head now with grade D meat.
Yeah.
I guess I mean, each individual rat could probably comprise one burger, one patty. Considering the size of the hamburger patties at Top Dog. Yeah, I mean, I could see that being one singular river rat.
Locally sourced right out of the Susquehanna.
There you go. Tom Greco, he was big for stuff like that. Not very common knowledge. Greco's actually Gus Genetti's nephew.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found that out a few years ago.
And what
You give Gus Genetti $15,000 for a wedding, he'll tell you a lot of things.
it's they used to Top Dog used the tokens, and I remember every week we'd have to like recycle the tokens, and I'm sitting there going thinking, was it Greco that owned it? I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, he's part owner, I think. He was part owner in a lot of stuff around here. He even had a piece of the Woodlands at one point.
So $1 gave you 4 tokens. So you recycle those 4 tokens, and you're make like.
Wait a minute.
They had to make money. Okay.
One of the selling points of the tokens, Jay, was $1 got you 5 tokens.
Oh, maybe it was 5 tokens. I thought.
Yeah, it was like, you go to the arcade in the mall, you're only going to get 4 quarters. You give us $1 and you'll get 5 plays.
That's even like, yeah. So those recycled tokens are making him money. He was making money off the food. Like, I don't know why they ended up like when they used to cook the hot dogs, they cooked it right on the broiler, like Burger King has. It was a smaller version of their broiler. And then after they sold it for some reason, and they changed it, and they were doing it on the rollers, which when you go from the grill to the roller, it's like you tell the difference. And then from then it just went down from hill, and then they ended up closing.
That's when the burgers went up to 35 cents.
Probably.
Or was it 39 cents?
Five tokens for $1, but here's the trade-off: grade D edible hamburgers.
Right. Whack-a-mole was fun though.
When oh yeah, whack-a-mole was cool.
Whack-a-mole's always fun.
Yeah, skee ball. I love skee ball.
Well, this thing with skee ball, you go up like a guy like Jay, who's behind the counter. You get your friend to go over and distract him. It works really well too. If like your friend, you're hanging around with like 2 good-looking girls, and you say like, "Girls, go to the guy behind it. Go talk to him. Make like you're into him." Then you take all the skee balls and just start chucking them into like the 100. And you go back with all these just like all these tickets and like, what, you didn't see me playing over there?
Oh man. Yeah, Top Dog was a good time.
Scott Rose, I prefer Scott Rose. I remember you guys both working there, not at the same time, but I remember you both working there. And I prefer Scott over you because Scott would open the machine up and give me 20 free plays on a machine. So you wouldn't do stuff like that.
No, I was afraid I would get caught and get like fired and shit. But
to your credit, you were honest. Scott wasn't. And then he ended up working at Arthur Treacher's.
Which I was pissed when they closed.
I mean, the one in the mall. There was one in the mall, right?
Yes, there was. That's the one I walked into.
And there was the one in Wyoming, right? Like where Booyah. Wasn't that Arthur Treacher's, I think?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
There was also, they had, the first one was on South Main Street, down by where they down by Crown Fried Chicken, where the shooting was.
Oh yeah.
There was an Arthur Treacher's there.
I remember that.
They had the spinning sign.
Yeah,
the spinning sign. Yep.
Like if you ask me what I had for dinner just now at Burrito Loco, I may or may not remember. But if you ask me about something that happened 45 years ago,
you boom.
Yeah, it's like just instant random on it's just raw memory, just boom.
Yeah.
Here's the complete image. Here's everything that everybody said. But yeah, ask me about something that happened 10 minutes ago. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. Yeah.
I cannot forget your name, Gina Marie.
When I hear Gina Marie, I think I'm in trouble.
Maybe you are.
All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. Actually, I'm officiating tomorrow, so I'm going to jump off.
Okay.
But I want to thank you for hanging out with us, and you guys are welcome to come back next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay, FP, Skeeter, Mike. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me kind of hijack this tonight. I appreciate you guys.
That's all right.
I
Again,
had
you're
fun.
always welcome to join us next week. Same time, same station.
Same bat time.
We'll see you
Same
then.
bat channel.
Have a good night,
Peace, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody, for